Motorcycles are high on the list of easily stolen valuable items. If you're an owner of a motorcycle, you should listen as Detective Monty Potewill gives us the inside scoop on how to keep the thieves at bay.
Over the last several years, we've seen an increase in thefts of motorcycles, mainly the speed bikes or sport bikes, like the one here, the blue one inside the fence. And the biggest problem we have is a lot of the owners of the bikes live in apartment complexes like this, and the bikes will be left parked just out in a parking spot. The majority of them aren't secured in any way, and it just makes it very easy for thieves come by with a van or a truck, pick the motorcycle up, and they're gone. Well, I would suggest finding one where you can get garage space to secure it inside, or in this case, this complex has a fenced-in area with a rail where the motorcycles can be secured by a chain or a cable. The fence is locked and it's also under video surveillance. If you don't have access to a garage or a secure area such as this, I'd suggest parking the motorcycle in a well-lit area. I would secure it with a chain or a cable, and it's highly suggested that you get some type of alarm or even the low jack system, which they can mount on the motorcycle through the local dealers, which is hidden on the bike, and if the bike is ever stolen, it can be tracked by law enforcement. And they have a very high recovery rate of vehicles with low jack on them. It's similar to GPS, but it sends out a radio frequency, and law enforcement throughout the state have the system in several of their patrol vehicles. They can pick up that signal, and it has a locator, and it'll lead the officers right to the location of the stolen vehicle that has the low jack. It can be put on motorcycles and also cars and heavy equipment. Yes, if you go to a restaurant or a store, if possible, you should park your motorcycle where you can see it, preferably in a well-lit area. And there is a lot of businesses that have video surveillance around the front areas of their business, which may also cover the vehicle if you can park in that area. The thieves that are doing this type of thing, when they come to get one, they're ready and they have what's necessary to do the job and steal the motorcycle. They can cut cables and chains, break the locks, in some cases even have spare ignitions or black market keys we found in the cases of the Harley Davidson motorcycles, to where they can actually crank them up and ride them off. What we've found here, and the other detectives that I've spoken with, even in other states in this area, the primary thing they use is a van. We've had a big problem with it here in the past. They'll steal the older model Chrysler minivans. They'll break the ignition in them, take the van, they'll take the seats out. They might, like for instance, if they were to steal one in this area, they might drive just down the road, take the back seats out of it, throw them by a dumpster, throw them in the woods somewhere, and then they'll take the van, go to the location where the motorcycles are sitting out in the parking lot. There'll be 2 or 3 guys. They'll go out, they'll pick the motorcycle up, they'll put it in the back of the van. In some instances, they've stolen 2 or 3 motorcycles with the same van, put a blanket on them, and they'll carry them off. And the majority of them end up being stripped. The motors may turn up on another motorcycle. The body parts, the fairings, it'll be sold. The frames in the past have been sold, some have been re-VINed, and they'll get salvage titles or somehow get their hands on a legal title, and then they'll stamp that VIN number on the stolen motorcycle. There's quite a few groups that we've caught here in Cumberland County, and from the other law enforcement that I've spoken with, it's a big problem throughout the United States, and wherever you have a large number of younger generation, they're the ones that usually own these type of bikes, and they tend to live in apartment complexes and things of that nature where they don't really have a real good place to secure the motorcycle, as in a garage or a fenced lot. Well, I think it's pretty good. I mean, somebody can cut the fence, but in this case, if you have this and you go down the road to another place where the motorcycles aren't secured, they're just sitting out, they're not going to come and take the time to have to cut a fence, get on a video camera, and then probably have to cut a chain or a cable to steal a motorcycle. They're going to hit the easiest target. I would encourage everyone that owns a motorcycle to try to find a secure place to put the motorcycle when they're not riding it, and take any steps necessary to secure the motorcycle and keep an eye on it so that it isn't stolen, to where they can enjoy it, not the thieves that are making money off of stealing your motorcycle.